I'm Lynne Cazaly, and this is Workish, where we have a look at work-related news and topics of recent times. This latest one from the Neuroscience News, starting to understand why we might be fearful of artificial intelligence. And they're saying that the response that our brain has to things like uncertainty and potential threats can lead to this feeling of fear that many people might be expressing. But in terms of artificial intelligence, what it's really relating to is a sense of loss. So look out for these sorts of fears that people might have: the loss of control, the loss of privacy, the loss of human value. And so there can be this fear that artificial intelligence is going to replace us. But of course, we know that artificial intelligence is mimicking a range of things that humans can do, not replacing us. So making sure that your people are involved in the developments that you're introducing in the organisation. But I think it goes a long way to explaining why there's some fear and trepidation. It's all about loss, fear of loss. How's your workplace shaping up? Because from this design magazine team, that they're calling the fusion office. So we're seeing this coming together, this fusion of retail trends and hospitality, as well as that sort of residential feel to home and work. The modern workplace needs to meet a number of needs that employees have if we're to entice them back to the office, to keep morale high and keep engagement high. So some of the retail trends, like they call multi-use spaces, this is where people get very deeply enriched and get deep experiences from going retail shopping. Same sorts of principles can apply to the workplace, but also are bringing in a mix of things from residential and hospitality design as well. So they're talking about comfortable spaces, vibrant entrances, and residential inspired lighting. So all of these things can help make the workplace more enticing. From the World Economic Forum, look at this word here: why workforce flourishing is critical to upskilling in the future of work. Flourishing is the word. And if there's not enough going on about the polycrisis, which involves a range of different interconnected crises, that's economic, geopolitical, environmental, societal, all of these things are impacting the future of work and the future of jobs. So employers are needing skills like resilience, flexibility, agility, all of these things to help them become more adept and more adaptive at work. So this topic of flourishing, workforce flourishing, it's going beyond well-being. And it involves creating conditions where employees are getting their basic needs met, but they're also looking at fulfilling some of those higher needs if we think about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. From the MIT Sloan Management Review, I love the work of Linda Grattan, and she's talking about how it's time for us to face the 3 challenges of learning. What are these challenges? Well, first of all, employee workloads have reduced the opportunity for learning time. The second challenge is that hybrid work means that learning is becoming a little more complex for an organisation to create and deliver. And the third aspect here is that the labour market's been tightening, and so many organisations and sectors are feeling those skill shortages. The answer: 3 things, 3 answers to 3 problems. The first one with employee learning is personalisation. Right, still needing to make sure programs and opportunities are tailored to people. The second thing, though, is to embrace hybrid. So don't just have learning available face-to-face, have it and online. And so people can enjoy whatever's working for them. And also the suggestion around peer-to-peer learning. I don't think we tap that anywhere near enough. And then the third solution, I guess, the way to address the challenge, Linda suggests focusing on transferable skills, and this is a great way to reduce skill shortages. So we're reskilling current employees, not just relying on new hires to come and fix the problem. Now, if you are looking at boosting diversity and inclusion at work, the next Big Idea Club suggests having a look at these 9 books. I think many companies pay lip service to diversity and inclusion. They might write a media release about it, or it's detailed on their website. Grab a screenshot of these 9 books suggested by the Big Idea Club as some of the reading that you could be doing to enhance your understanding of diversity and inclusion. I'll leave you with an experience I had last weekend in Sydney, which was called random weaving. And we started with a base of a vine, wrapped it around and started putting centre struts in. And next thing you know, I've got a bit of a shape for a basket, and then decorated the basket. Topics like innovation, creativity, randomness, ambiguity, uncertainty, not knowing what was going to happen or where this thing was going to go, and kind of going with the flow of things. I think there are a lot of things that we can learn from an activity that's perhaps beyond or outside of our usual hobbies and interests. It's great to have interests and hobbies, but have a look at what else you might be able to do that might broaden your experience and exposure to some of the capabilities that can be great for the future of work. I'm Lynne Cazaly. I'll see you next time. This is Workish.